Not sure where we are on mulligans. I guess we're going to find out. All right, both players kept 7, it looks like. Scalding Tarn into Volcanic Island to start the game for Dave Kaplan.
Trigger. Drop. Sure. Yep.
Dragon's Rage Channeler, Mishra's Bauble triggers a Surveil. Looks like the card is getting left there, and Kaplan will draw it.
Sure.
I think that was a Mishra's Bauble on top of Colin's deck. I'm not 100% sure. Or maybe it was that Ancient Tomb. Chalice on 1.
Sure. I'll pass there.
Daze triggered a Surveil. Looks like Kaplan left it on top. Wasteland on the Ancient Tomb. Attacking with Dragon's Rage Channeler. No Delirium yet. Land instant artifact. In the grave.
Go ahead.
Ancient Tomb pass. Trying to get a peek at Colin's hand. Can't quite see what's in there. Dragon's Rage Channeler number 2. Attacking for 1.
18, 19, my favorite. And fetch is fun. That's why I always compare. I'll go to 16. Force of Will, fetches. Cast a Sigh.
Sigh. Pretty good. Force pitching Murktide. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Leave it on top.
So you still don't have Delirium, correct? Alright, perfect. I will.
Okay, Kaplan does now have Delirium. Yeah, I'm not sure. So there was 2 taps of Ancient Tomb and 2 attacks of Dragon's Rage Channeler.
No, you're right. 14.
Okay, so it's been corrected now.
So 18 all now. Down 8.
And then artifact.
Brainstorm creature. Yep, down 8.
All right, attacking for 6. Colin down to 8. Playing a Misty Rainforest. And a 3rd Dragon's Rage Channeler. Fetching with Misty.
I'm gonna get rid of dog.
Okay.
Brainstorm.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. I'm on 17. Pretty good.
Ponder, triple Surveil. Pretty good, says Colin. I agree.
Instant creature. Yep. 12.
Yep.
And phase 2.
Yep.
16. I'll leave it. Yep, sure. Guess Garrison.
Wow. How many cards?
You want to call a judge? I don't know how to handle that one. Yeah. Judge.
Forced.
Perfect. So he cast a Ponder.
Yeah,
He had 3 triggers.
yeah.
He surveilled the first time. The second one he decided to keep on top. And then he just drew the card and didn't fully resolve Ponder. He didn't look at the top 3. He just drew a card. I'm assuming he can't partially resolve the spell, so you would rewind and do all the
Is it? Did you draw this card?
Yes, that's the card he drew. He didn't have any cards in his hand. That's the only card that's in.
Yeah.
Appreciate you not playing initiative. Gentleman's Magic.
Yeah. Gonna be warning for game rule violation because this is an
I'm
easy
told all my
fix. We'll just put that back on top and have you resolve under correctly.
My plan was
Thanks,
show up,
sir.
You're good, man.
play magic, and
Yeah, you're totally good. So,
and you got lucky.
Okay, so Ponder now getting resolved correctly. The Ponder was not resolved correctly. Triple Surveil happened, and then Dave just drew a card, which is not the correct way to resolve a Ponder. All right. Sigh hitting the stack.
coming out, and I want to play those, but
It looks like a bunch of zeros are in Colin's hand, which could make a bunch of Thopters here. Here's Mox Opal to start it off. After Sigh resolves.
that makes complete sense. This is good.
I think I also
We could see a whole fleet of defenders entering this turn. There's this Bauble, trigger. make another Thopter. Urza's Bauble, trigger, make another Thopter. Thought Monitor, trigger, make another Thopter. That one's actually not the correct Thopter. That's a blue Thopter. But that's okay. That's okay, everybody. We're going to let that slide.
I lost it a couple times, and I put Torpor Orb in my deck for the next week. I'm like, I broke it. Torpor Orb fixes the match. I want to take a look. I got to touch the spear.
Actually, we're not letting that slide. We're reporting it.
I thought so.
Yeah, and like I bought 4 Japanese top ones.
And I thought that was the card that fixed the matchup. And I'm like, you're good. And I will.
Okay, there's a Daze in Kaplan's hand. We now know that twice. Drawing 2 cards is Colin. 1, 2, 3, 4 Thopters, a Thought Monitor, and a Psy on the battlefield. Pretty good.
Even if it's not too good.
Can Kaplan break through for 8 more damage in this game? It seems iffy at this point.
Yeah, like there's so little. You're talking about maneuverability. It's just like there's so little of it.
Looks like Colin has a Force in hand.
I'm at 6. You have, and they just hope that one thing gets X in hands.
Oh, I see. So Colin is at 6. The phone on the table has not been updated. But Colin is at 6.
If it wasn't the habit, I would have an issue at all with it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And they'll just be like, stop me now.
I started using a hand sanitizer that I have out there, and now my sleeves are starting to get that like.
Is that an engineered explosives in Colin's hand? If so, that's just mean. Not 100% sure that's what that was. All right, attempting to triple block and double block to eliminate 2 Dragon's Rage Channelers.
The Delta is like the best deck, and it's a battle because it's the next in the best deck. It's easier to build decks than to beat Delta.
Petty Theft on a Thopter, 3 Surveil triggers. Force into the yard. Daze into the yard. Delver into the yard.
The blue here is like the skill does dictate a lot. I'm gonna force it.
Like, it has the highest.
Force pitching Emery on the Petty Theft. All right, life totals on the phone are now correct. Colin down to 5. Seat of the Synod is open, so the Daze in Kaplan's hand that we know about is not that useful as far as countering the Force of Will, but could be a few extra Surveil triggers.
Once you start getting the sequencing and stuff down, it just becomes really good. Yeah. Like you feel like every game, if you make a mistake, if you damage, you put it on something different.
I mean, and that's pretty low.
All right, going down to 2 here is Colin, so Ancient Tomb is shut off at the moment. All the Thopters and the Thought Monitor are wiped away. Dragon's Rage Channeler is a 3 power. Lotus Petal, make a Thopter. Okay, so that's pretty good. Another Thought Monitor, pretty good. All right, checking the affinity count here.
Top 10 cards.
Yeah.
Draw 2.
It doesn't feel like it's a matchup. Like, these are matchup edges in water. It's like big edges.
Trigger, especially with like Breach. Like Breach is the one card to win, and then Scam just simplifies the game to parity, and you see who draws better. Right?
Kaplan sees an opportunity to potentially Daze here and going to take it. Surveil. Lotus Petal will pay for it. Draw 2. I like dazing there.
All my friends that
It's
play
okay if
like,
I
modern
fast forward a little bit here. I just want to like.
if I go
Trigger.
3-3 with blue light control, I'm gonna
Trigger,
have more fun
and then I'll
playing
trigger
Legacy than it goes like 5.
All right, triple Bauble, triple Thopter. Look at the top card. It looks like it was a Brainstorm. Look at the card in hand. It is the Volcanic we knew about.
I'm going to pass and then draw 3 on your upkeep.
Draw 3 on your upkeep. Looks like another Force was drawn and a Thought cast. Brainstorm, Surveil. Plenty of blockers on the board for Colin. 6 Thopter tokens, 2 Thought Monitors. And there's a Sai sitting there who's doing all the work.
Yes, you got Ponder before.
It's the secret layer one.
It looks like Sai Master Thopterus has won Colin this game.
I can't find. There's no Japanese full art Ponder, so I'm just gonna settle for these. They kind of match the preordained. Yeah. Obviously not fake. I'll block the 3 tokens.
All right, Kaplan does have an opportunity here to shuffle away cards put on top by playing a blue to Delta. Basic Island.
Chalice on 1. Trigger.
Chalice on 1. That could be slamming the door on this game. Thoughtcast. Drew another Chalice, another Force.
Combat.
Attacking for a lot.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, these just one of these came in. First damage. 3, 5, 7, 8. I have you at 9. And I'll pass.
All right, Kaplan trying to shuffle here. All right, that gets a scoop. We're going to game 2. All right, looks like Kaplan is on the play. Flooded Strand pass.
I thought you were thinking if you wanted to.
No.
And set.
Beautiful.
Ancient Tomb for Colin. Mox Opal. Lotus Petal. Tormod's Crypt. Chalice on 1. Quite a first turn for Colin. Nerf says 8-cast versus Delver is close to 50-50. Initiative is rough. 40-60 or worse depending on the build. Okay. There's one 8-cast player weighing in. This is a brainstorm in response to the Chalice. Looks like a Kappa Cannoneer is in Colin's hand. All right, Chalice resolves, passing the turn. Does Kaplan have a meltdown? Let's see. Yeah. Urz's Saga gets played.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kappa Cannoneer.
Here's Kappa Cannoneer.
I lose 2, yes. I'm at 60.
That is going to be tough to beat. Especially with Tormod's Crypt available. And Chalice on 1. Kappa Cannoneer gives itself a counter. One of the strangest abilities on Reason cards. Scalding Tarn getting correct.
Cards. 3. Good card. How many cards are in your graveyard?
Wasteland on Urza's Saga.
I'll delve in a second.
How you doing? Oh shit, dude. Nice. I'm 3-1.
How was 8cast versus Mono Red Painter? Does anybody have a take on that?
I lost to a mono red spike trash for treasure piracy. No, I think he told me he was jank too, and I'm like, oh, perfect. Cool.
Expressive iteration. Very rough, says Nerf. All right, a daze put into exile. I don't think that's going to get used this turn, but it's available. Pass the turn.
I got you. I appreciate it. I think it's 3. 4. I'll add blue. Podcast.
All right, Thoughtcast resolves. Looks like a Force of Will was drawn there by Colin.
I'll lose 4 and attempt to chalice on 2.
Chalice on 2. Can't even daze after that resolves. Dagas, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
Attack you for 6. You're also at 12?
Vasilak, thanks for the follow.
I will pass turn. Comment.
Yeah, still. But here, only people who know you, you know what? Actually, he knew he was the guy playing. Doing that, he's a red painter.
Still doing it.
Mr.
Still delirious. Yeah.
So apparently he thought it was going to be Legacy, fucking Legacy, but it was a 10 and missed it. His F and N threw trash and treasure. Right? I know. Oh, no idea.
2 cards? 2 cards.
2 cards in hand. Kappa Cannoneer with 2+1/+1 counters on it. Tormod's Crypt. Chalice on 1, Chalice on 2. It's not looking good for Kaplan.
Shuffle fun. Well, you're holding priority. Yeah, head 4. Alright, well, trigger here. And I'm going to respond. I'm going to exile here.
All right, so Kaplan holding priority, casting Dragon's Rage Channeler, casting Daze, targeting Dragon's Rage Channeler. Tried to fill up the graveyard there for a Murktide, but Tormod's Crypt activated. And that ends the game.
Honestly thought I could fight through it, but I figured it was just better for me just to try and get rid of your graveyard when you had